Jones, the second coming of Tom Brady? Hmm, that's really questionable, and it sounds like a stretch, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Mariah, Janos, and Evan Lazar here. Evan, the moment Mac Jones was drafted, honestly, even before when we were just talking about what kind of quarterback he is, with
Yeah,
the football IQ that's off the charts, but he's not very mobile. And people are like, who does that sound like? Look at his
right.
body. And then comparing the draft day pictures. Do you think this is a fair comparison considering we haven't even seen what the kid can do?
If, absolutely not. Is it a fair comparison? Absolutely not. Now, I think that there are things from his playing style to some of the intangible qualities that you hear about Mac Jones that just make people think of Tom Brady. And I get it. You know, he's a pocket passer that throws with good accuracy. That's a smart kid that throws with a good timing and rhythm in the passing game, can move around the pocket a little bit, even though he's not super mobile. He's good at eluding the rush in the pocket and stepping up and sidestepping and things like that to make himself free. And a lot of those types of things, along with the winning at Alabama and kind of the qualities when you hear about him as a competitor, remind people of Tom Brady. Now, is that fair? Absolutely not. Is that where we should make the comparison? No. I mean, we shouldn't put that on Mac Jones's plate because we don't know. You know, we don't know how good he's going to turn out to be. At this stage, we don't even know if he's going to be good at all. So to sit here and kind of put that pressure on him that he's the next Tom Brady or he has got Tom Brady qualities, it's obviously a big stretch and something that I think is, quite frankly, unfair to Mac Jones because we're now setting up unfair expectations for him as a player. I think everybody can sort of reasonably get to the point and say, all right, we know he's not going to win 6 Super Bowls, right? Nobody's ever done that. But even calling him Tom Brady at all or comparing him to Tom Brady at all suggests that he's going to have a Hall of Fame type of career. So it's definitely a stretch. But we can also separate Mac Jones having a Tom Brady resume versus Mac Jones maybe having a similar skill set to somebody like early career Tom Brady. We're not talking about now Brady or Brady in 2007 or Brady in 2016 or any of his MVP years, but maybe Brady in 01, 02, that time frame. Maybe you can see a little bit of old Brady in Mac, or I should say young Brady. He's old now, so young Brady and Mac Jones.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that does lead me to the great debate. We see mobile quarterbacks becoming all the trend, really.
Right.
It's just that's the way the league is moving. Do you think that it's harder for less athletic quarterbacks to succeed in the league nowadays?
I don't think it's harder. I just think that it's a little bit different in the sense that these mobile QBs, they bring that element to the table of being able to extend plays outside the pocket, being able to throw outside the pocket, and of course, then being able to run with the ball. Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes or any of these quarterbacks that some of them are like Lamar, who are just basically on top of being really good quarterbacks are running backs with the ball in their hands in the open field. Some of them are closer to Patrick Mahomes, who's more of a scrambler, right? Somebody that's just a little bit trying to be more elusive with the football than anything else. Now, I think with Mac, the commentary that he is a complete statue in the pocket or that he brings absolutely zero mobility to the position, I think is unwarranted. I think he can move around a little bit. Is he Lamar Jackson? Certainly not. But I do think he is somebody that can move off his spot, somebody that can roll out while he's under pressure and make some plays. And he did it against Ohio State in the national championship game. So I hear when people say to me or people say on Twitter or on the radio or wherever you're listening or hearing it, that Mac Jones is a statue. Mac Jones is immobile. Mac Jones can't extend plays with his legs and can't create on what we call second reaction plays, right? When the play breaks down and you go into that playground style, can he create in that sense? And they say he can't do those things. I know they haven't watched Mac Jones play. You know, I just know that they ignored a lot of plays, even in the college football playoff. Go against Notre Dame or against Ohio State, you could have just watched those two games and you could see a lot of instances where Mac Jones is extending with his legs, where he's moving around in the pocket, where he's moving around outside the pocket. We'll see if that translates to the pro level. That's the question, right? When you're going up against college kids, even draftable players like at Notre Dame and at Ohio State, it's a different speed. It just is a different speed, and those linebackers are maybe a half a step slower, and the defensive linemen are a half a step slower. Now that he's going up against NFL talent every week, we'll see how well he can actually move and if he can extend plays in the same way that he did in college.
Yeah, all right. Well, hopefully that puts the comparisons to bed. If not,
I'm making that comparison. It's unfair. It's unfair to him. He hasn't even played it down as a Patriot yet, so let's stop it with that stuff.
I agree. Here in New England, we just like guys with a fuller body under center. That's what it is. It is what it is. For all of our Patriots coverage, head to clnsmedia.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel over at Patriots Press Pass.